Hey, I'm Michael Martin with the Lake Company. Thanks for joining me for my April 2020 Lake Keowee video blog. I'm coming to you here today from my farmhouse, my personal residence here at Lake Keowee. We've been in about a year and a half remodel, but in two different phases. Obviously didn't have to move out for a year and a half, but two different phases. Just trying to get back in now, get everything settled. So it's good to take it. What a wonderful gym that's here at Lake Keowee that doesn't exist anywhere in the Upstate like it is here on a lake in South Carolina, an 1800s farmhouse, and just have the privilege and just be blessed to be able to remodel a home like this that'll be here for future generations. So if you're on the lake sometime, obviously ride by. Feel free to stop at the dock. A lot of times I'm in the yard, say hello, and if there's anything I can do to help you, just let me know. Again, thanks for joining me today. Obviously, we're coming to you today a little bit different circumstances. First week of April, you got the COVID-19 going around. A lot of people kind of hunkered down at home, kind of like I'm doing, just working out of the house for right now. But it's affected the Lake Keowee market. There's no doubt things have slowed down. Some sellers are actually taking their property off the market right now. They'll probably put it back on when the market picks back up. You've had some buyers who kind of walk away from some contracts. So it's just one of those funny times in the real estate market. Things like this. This is my third go around with this type situation. Obviously not a virus type situation, but with the market, we had 9/11 when I was working then. We had obviously the economy issue back in end of 2007, 2008 time frame, and then obviously the COVID-19 that we have going on right now. So this is my third go around with major slowing of a real estate market in the past 18 to 19 years. So everything is kind of happening like it did before. The market's slowing down, and kind of like I just said, people are just sellers and buyers are doing different things. So it's just going to take a little while. We'll see how it works out. But what's mostly important is just try to shelter yourself. Don't get out in public much. That's what I'm trying to do. So just take whatever precautions that are necessary to be safe, and let's try to get this thing controlled so we can keep moving forward in 2020, okay? Well, what I want to go ahead and do right now is let me go ahead and give you the numbers up until the end of March. So this will be for the first 90 days of sales on Lake Keowee, and everything was going fantastic up until about obviously a couple of weeks ago. But and the numbers are going to reflect that, and we'll just kind of see how we go as we go through the year, okay? So let's go ahead and look at our active waterfront lots on the lake. We had 325 for sale today, first weekend April. I think today's April 2nd. Last year, same time frame, we had 351. We've sold 34 lots year to date. Last year we sold 27. Our average list price on those 34 that have sold is about $213,000. Last year was about $347,000. Just had some more higher end properties sell in the first quarter last year than this year. Average sale price is about $186,000. Last year was about $321,000. So we've had just a lot of the lower end properties sell this year. Therefore, it's kind of driven that price down. And and I've been talking about this for about 12 to 18 months to maybe 2 years now. You can go back and watch my video blogs. And a good inventory, good waterfront properties are getting hard to find right now, especially in these tighter price points that we're in that 200, 250 type price point. So Duke Power, Duke Energy really doesn't have any more property to release here at the lake. They might have a parcel or two here or there, but they haven't really developed anything on the lake since 2007 timeframe. Over at Harbor Oaks, I think was the last one. And they've sold off all their pieces since then to just private investors who came in and did these one-day sales. And they started doing these one-day sales about 2013, 14 time frame, and all those got sold. So our inventory for just vacant land, chunks of land that could be subdivided and be sold off, I mean, those things are just almost non-existent now at the lake. So we're continually to decline our waterfront lot inventory here at Lake Keowee. So it probably won't get any better anytime soon because we just don't have anything else hardly left out there to be developed, okay? Average sale price, the list price of those 34 waterfront lots was about 89.3%, so about 11% off on the asking price to sell price. Last year was about 90%. Days on the market's about 215 days. Last year was about 276 days, okay? Let's go ahead and look at our waterfront homes. We got 105 active for sale today on the lake. Last year we had 140, so we've got a tighter inventory. And actually what I did is I went back and looked at spring of '09 to see what our inventory was, kind of after the slowdown of the economy back then. And back then we had 275 homes for sale on the lake. Whereas this time, this is a little bit different go around this time. You know, the market's going to be slow for a while, but the major difference is we just don't have a ton of inventory like we did last time. So, you know, last time people got able to get a lot more better deals back then. I just don't think we're going to be able to kind of see that right now at my early thought process just in April. I mean, that could change next month or the next month, but just because we just don't have a ton of inventory. So with 105 homes for sale, now you got to think, you know, the ones in that $300,000 to $400,000 range, I mean, those aren't what most of my buyers are looking for. So if you kind of throw some of those out, you know, you're really going to fall into maybe 80 to 90, 80 or so, somewhere around in there of homes for sale on the lake, okay? So just not much inventory when you've got about 380 miles of shoreline, which Lake Keowee has, okay? We've sold 48 year to date, which was a good first quarter. That's a great first quarter. Last year we sold 37, and last year was a great year for sales, waterfront homes. So we'd already surpassed where we were last year, the first 90 days versus last year. But obviously those numbers are going to slow down, it looks like, as we move forward, probably the next month or two, okay? Average list price is about $1,099,000 of the 48 that have sold. Last year was about $820. Average sale price is $1,036,000. Last year it was $777,000. With that being said, just like got a lot more higher end homes that have sold this year than last year, more seven-figure homes than last year, okay? Average sale price is about 94.6%. Last year was about 95.2%. Days on the market is 158. Last year was about 132, okay? So that it's going to be interesting as to what's going to happen here probably in the next 30 to 60 days on the lake. I'll kind of be curious to see how that shakes out. I know back in '08, '09 time frame, it took us about 9 to 12 months or more to kind of get settled back in, where we started seeing a little bit of increase in sales. So it took over a year to kind of recoup from the issues that we had, and even when we did, it took us about another year before we really started increasing those sales. We kind of went up a little bit, kind of flattened, and then we started doing this all the way up till March of this year. So that's not doom and gloom. That's just saying, hey, here's kind of based upon my experience of the last issue that we had here back in 2008 time frame. That's kind of where we are. So we'll just kind of see what we do moving forward. But again, there's still people out there looking, still people writing some contracts here and there, but just don't see I see the robust next quarter as I saw the first quarter of this year. Okay. But again, Michael Martin, live here full time at the lake in the old farmhouse on the north end of the lake behind me. Feel free to stop by, pick up the phone and give me a call, email me, text me. Be more than happy to get back to you and answer any questions that you might have, okay? Again, thanks for joining me, and look forward to seeing you. Oh, when I say look forward to seeing you on the lakes this summer, what they've done right now is close most of the public boat ramps at the lake. So I'll be curious to see what, the boat traffic is going to be like on the lake this summer. Probably be just basically people who live here now. Usually on the weekends, a lot of people that we have here at the lake, I'd probably say 75% of the people we have here on the weekends are, from people from Greenville, Anderson, Clemson, outside the Lake Keowee area that come over and put in our public landings. So with those being closed, we kind of see what the boat traffic is going to be like this year. Probably going to be pretty light until they kind of get this resolved and able to open up these boat ramps again, okay? But I'll keep you updated next month, and if you get a chance, go to Facebook, like my Facebook page, The Lake Company. We post stuff there typically every day, and that'll keep you up to date. I'm also Twitter. You follow me on Twitter, LinkedIn, all those type deals. That's where we typically post every day, okay? Again, I'm Michael Martin with The Lake Company, and I look forward to seeing you in May. Wow, hard to believe. Next month will be May coming up. I'll see you in May, and I'll give you some more numbers of how we did in April, okay? Thank you so much. Bye-bye.